Dear Father, I come before you with a quiet heart. I breathe deeply in your presence. I rest in the stillness that reminds me you are near. I thank you for the gift of this new day, for the breath that fills my lungs, for the peace that whispers softly even in the midst of uncertainty. You have been faithful. You have carried me when I could not stand. You have guided me when I could not see. You have spoken truth when I was surrounded by confusion. You have been my compass and my light. I thank you, Father, for every path you have cleared, for every wall you have broken, for every door you have opened. I thank you for the unseen hands that lead me away from harm and toward your purpose. You are the God who goes before me. You are the one who knows the end from the beginning. My heart bows in gratitude because I am never without your direction. Even when I wander, your love redirects me. Even when I falter, your mercy steadies me. I thank you for being the shepherd of my soul. I thank you for watching over every step I take, for protecting me from paths that lead to sorrow, for leading me beside still waters where my soul finds rest. You are my refuge, my guide, my everlasting light. You said, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. I hold on to that promise now. You are not distant. You are not silent. You speak in whispers that reach the heart. You speak through peace that settles in the spirit. You guide through doors that close and paths that open. Teach me, Lord, to hear you clearly. Teach me to be still long enough to recognize the sound of your voice. Let me not run ahead of your will. Let me not linger behind in fear. Let me walk in step with you, one heartbeat after another, trusting that your leading is perfect. When the path is unclear, remind me that clarity comes not from understanding everything, but from trusting you in everything. When I am tempted to rely on my own wisdom, draw me back to the quiet place where your Spirit teaches. When I am uncertain, help me to remember that your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. I affirm that I am guided by your truth. I am surrounded by your counsel. I am not alone in this journey. My heart belongs to you, and you will never lead me astray. Even when the world around me shifts, your direction remains constant. You hold the map of my life in your hands. You see the roads I cannot see. You know where each turn leads, where each delay hides a blessing, and where each storm conceals a greater plan. So I release my anxiety about the unknown. I release my need to control what is ahead. I surrender to the gentle leading of your Spirit. You make all things work together for good, to those who love you and are called according to your purpose. I am called by your name, and therefore I trust that every step I take is guided by your grace. Let your light shine before me like the morning sun breaking through clouds. Let your peace guide my emotions when doubt tries to rise. Let your word anchor me when confusion whispers. I declare that I am led by the Spirit of God, and I will not stumble in darkness. I affirm that divine wisdom fills my thoughts. I affirm that divine direction guards my choices. I affirm that divine understanding rests within my heart. The same God who led Abraham to a land of promise, who guided Moses through the wilderness, who directed Joseph from the prison to the palace, is the same God who leads me now. I am safe in your plan. I am secure in your will. I am guided by your unfailing love. Your wisdom, Lord, is deeper than the oceans. It flows through every season of my life. When I seek it, you pour it out generously. When I ask, you answer. When I wait, you teach me patience. I do not depend on my own insight, for human understanding fades like mist in the morning light. But your wisdom endures. It guides through unseen paths. It whispers truth into places where logic cannot go. It silences confusion and brings peace where fear once lived. You said that if anyone lacks wisdom, they should ask, and you would give freely. I ask now, not just for knowledge, but for wisdom that aligns with your heart. I ask for understanding that sees beyond the surface, that recognizes the eternal weight of every choice. Let my steps be ordered by your word, not by impulse or pressure. Let my heart discern the quiet tug of your Spirit when the world grows loud with opinions. Teach me to pause before deciding. Teach me to listen before speaking. Teach me to choose paths that glorify you even when they cost me comfort. I open my heart to the divine flow of your counsel. I affirm that I am not guided by fear. I am led by wisdom that comes from above, pure, peace-loving, and full of mercy. When I face decisions that weigh heavy on my soul, Remind me that you have already prepared the way. You have gone before me, clearing obstacles I cannot see. I trust that your timing is perfect. I trust that your plans are kind. You have not brought me this far to abandon me in confusion. Your spirit leads me with gentleness. You remind me to walk by faith, not by sight. Sometimes the path you show seems narrow, yet it leads to abundance. Sometimes it looks uncertain, yet it brings peace when I follow. When I doubt, remind me of your promise that those who trust in you will never be put to shame. So I quiet my restless thoughts. I let your peace settle over my heart like a soft covering. I affirm that I will not rush ahead of your plan. I will not cling to what you are asking me to release. I will not fear where you are leading me, for your wisdom is my anchor and your guidance my compass. You are the same yesterday, today, and forever. You do not change, and neither does your faithfulness. You fill me with discernment that transcends understanding. You remind me that wisdom is not found in the noise, but in the stillness of your presence. You call me to be still and know that you are God. In that stillness I find strength. In that surrender I find clarity. I see now that divine guidance is not about knowing every detail, but about trusting the one who holds the details. So I rest in you. I walk in quiet confidence, knowing that each step I take is part of your design. The road may twist, but your hand steadies me. The night may come, but your light never dims. Your spirit whispers, "This is the way, walk in it." I hear and I follow. I affirm that my thoughts are filled with your wisdom. I affirm that my heart is anchored in your truth. I affirm that my life is aligned with your divine order. Every choice I make will reflect your peace. Every path I take will lead to your purpose. For you, Lord, are my teacher, my guide, my eternal wisdom. You are always speaking, Lord. You speak through the quiet rhythm of the morning. You speak through the rising of the sun and the whisper of the wind. You speak through scripture, through moments of stillness, through the inner peace that confirms your will. I want to be sensitive to your voice. I want my heart to recognize your tone even when many voices compete for my attention. The world shouts in distraction, but you speak softly. The world pulls in many directions, but you lead in peace. Train my spirit to listen. Teach me to hear beyond the noise. Let my ears be tuned to the frequency of your love. When you nudge me to move, let me not resist. When you call me to wait, let me not complain. When you correct me, let me yield in humility. I affirm that I am sensitive to your voice. I am not confused. I am not lost. I am not uncertain. The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives within me and speaks to my heart. He leads me into all truth. He reminds me of all that you have spoken. I am never without divine instruction, for your Spirit dwells richly within me. When doubt tries to cloud my mind, I will return to your promises. You said, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." I am yours, and I know your voice. Even when the path grows dim, I will not walk in fear. I will trust that you are speaking even in silence. I will believe that every closed door is a word from you, every delay a message of divine timing, every redirection a sign of love. I will not strive to hear you in chaos. I will rest in stillness. I will learn to listen with my heart, not just my ears. When you whisper through peace, I will notice. When you confirm through joy, I will follow. When you speak through the unease of my spirit, I will stop and wait for clarity. For you never lead into confusion. You never guide into restlessness. You are not the author of disorder, but of peace. I choose to listen to peace. I choose to follow the calm river of your spirit. I choose to be led by love, not by fear. Your voice is life. It breathes hope into weary places. It restores what confusion tries to take away. It comforts when I cannot find the way. I hear you in the whisper that says, "Be still." I hear you in the quiet conviction that draws me closer to truth. I hear you in the encouragement that rises within me when I least expect it. You speak through the beauty of creation. You speak through kindness. You speak through silence. Every day you are teaching me that hearing you is not about striving, but about resting in closeness. The closer I am to you, the clearer I hear. The more I trust, the more I understand. I do not need thunder to recognize your voice, for you dwell in the gentle breeze. So I rest in the calm awareness that I am guided. I am taught by the Spirit of truth. I am strengthened by the whisper of grace. I affirm that I am sensitive to the divine voice. I affirm that I hear you clearly and follow without fear. My heart and mind are one with your will. I walk in unbroken communion with your Spirit, who leads me in peace, who guides me in truth, who keeps me in perfect alignment with your purpose. Obedience, Lord, is the truest form of worship. It is not in the many words I speak, but in the quiet surrender of my will that your heart is pleased. Teach me to obey even when I do not fully understand. Teach me to trust that your instructions are always for my good. When you say go, may I not hesitate. When you say wait, may I not grow restless. When you say forgive, may I not resist. Give me strength to walk the path you have set before me, even when it leads through unfamiliar ground. I know that every step of obedience carries purpose. Every act of surrender opens the way for blessing. When I struggle to follow, remind me of those who obeyed before understanding. Noah built an ark before the rain came. Abraham left his home not knowing where he was going. Mary said yes without seeing the full plan. Let their faith be a light before me. Let their trust become my strength. I affirm that obedience is my joy. I affirm that surrender is my peace. I affirm that walking in your will is my greatest freedom. There are times when obedience costs something. It may cost comfort. It may cost approval. It may even cost what I thought was mine to keep. Yet, in every sacrifice lies the seed of divine reward. Your Son obeyed unto death, and through his obedience came life everlasting. So I do not fear the cost of following your voice. I do not run from the narrow road, for it leads to life. The world may not understand, but I choose your way. I choose to trust even when the outcome is hidden. I choose to believe even when the path is steep. Give me courage, Lord, to keep walking when the wind blows strong against me. Give me resolve to stay faithful when my flesh grows weak. Let the desire to please you rise higher than the need to be understood. Let my heart find rest not in the approval of man, but in the assurance that I am walking in obedience to your call. I affirm that I am strong in your strength. I affirm that I am steady in your grace. I affirm that obedience brings me closer to the fullness of your promise. When I look back, I see how every act of obedience has shaped me. Each yes has led me to greater peace. Each surrender has revealed more of your character. You are shaping me, molding me, refining me through every step of faith. You are teaching me that obedience is not a burden. It is a pathway to freedom. It frees me from fear. It frees me from confusion. It frees me from the weight of my own will. You said, "If you love me, keep my commandments." I do love you, Lord, and I desire to show that love through obedience. When I falter, lift me with mercy. When I stumble, steady me with grace. Let your Spirit strengthen my resolve to walk uprightly before you. I will follow where you lead. I will trust when I do not see. I will obey when it seems hard. For I know that on the other side of obedience is blessing. On the other side of surrender is revelation. On the other side of yielding is divine joy. I affirm that I am guided by the Spirit of truth. I affirm that my steps are ordered by the Lord. I affirm that my heart delights to do your will, O God. Keep my heart steady, Lord, when distractions rise like waves. Let my focus be anchored in you. There are many voices, many pressures, many paths that promise light, but lead only to confusion. Guard my mind from the noise that pulls me away from peace. Teach me to quiet the voices that do not come from you. Let my soul rest beneath the shadow of your wings where stillness reigns. I do not want to be swayed by fear or by the opinions of others. I want to walk in the calm assurance that comes from divine focus. When anxiety tries to blur my sight, remind me that perfect peace is found in the one whose mind is stayed on you. Let my heart be still in your presence. Let my spirit be unmoved by the distractions that surround me. I affirm that my focus is clear. I affirm that my mind is sound. I affirm that my attention rests in the will of God and not in the clamor of the world. You said, "Be still and know that I am God." In that stillness, I remember who you are and who I am in you. Distractions lose their power when I fix my eyes on truth. You are my truth. You are my center. You are my peace in the storm. When I am tempted to chase after what glitters, remind me that true light comes only from you. When I feel the urge to hurry, whisper patience to my soul. When I am tempted to compare my journey to another's, draw me back to the quiet road you have chosen for me. My steps are not random, they are ordered by your wisdom. I do not need to rush. I do not need to strive. I only need to abide. For those who abide in you bear fruit in due season. Let me not be consumed by the noise of tomorrow. Let me live faithfully in the stillness of today. I affirm that my spirit is undisturbed. I affirm that my gaze is fixed upon the eternal. I affirm that I am hidden in the peace of your guidance. There is power in focus. There is beauty in simplicity. When I keep my eyes on you, all else finds its place. You are the author and finisher of my faith. You are the steady hand that holds me when distractions threaten to pull me apart. The world may change around me, but my heart remains anchored in your presence. I will not fear the noise of the crowd. I will not yield to the pull of confusion. I will not wander from the center of your will. I find joy in staying near. I find life in listening. I find peace in trusting. I affirm that I am protected from every distraction. I affirm that my heart is shielded from every lie. I affirm that my focus is fixed upon the goodness of God. I walk in calm awareness of your Spirit's leading. I move with quiet confidence, untouched by the restlessness of the world. My steps follow your rhythm. My thoughts flow in your peace. My life rests safely in the silence where you dwell. There are seasons when your guidance comes through waiting, moments when nothing moves, yet everything within me learns to trust deeper. Waiting is not silence, it is a sacred lesson. In the stillness of waiting, you refine the heart. You teach patience. You teach surrender. You show that divine timing is never late. You make all things beautiful in their time. I rest in that truth. I release the need to hurry. I release the pressure to force what only grace can unfold. You are working, even when I do not see movement. You are speaking, even when I cannot hear the full sentence. I will not let impatience rob me of peace. I will sit in the quiet and trust that every delay is divine preparation. You are shaping me while I wait. You are aligning paths, softening hearts, opening doors that lead to life. I affirm that my waiting is not wasted. I affirm that divine timing is at work. I affirm that my spirit is still, my heart content in your schedule. Peace fills the spaces where fear once lived. When I surrender the rush, I find you there. You meet me in the pause. You whisper truth into the silence. You remind me that stillness is not emptiness. It is the ground where faith grows. I remember how the prophets waited for promise, how the disciples waited for power, how creation itself waits for redemption. Waiting has always been part of your design, so I will wait without complaint. I will rest without fear. I will trust without knowing the outcome. When my heart grows weary, I will lean into your word. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. You renew me, Lord, in the quiet moments between what is and what will be. You breathe strength into stillness. You turn patience into peace. I affirm that I am renewed in waiting. I affirm that my hope is alive. I affirm that my rest is an act of faith. Every waiting season carries a hidden miracle. It teaches me dependence. It draws me closer to your heartbeat. It refines my desires until only what matters remains. You strip away the noise, the haste, the striving, and what is left is trust. I trust you completely. I trust that you know when to open the door and when to keep it closed. I trust that what seems delayed is only being perfected. I trust that what seems denied is being transformed into something better. You are never late. You are never uncertain. Your wisdom writes the rhythm of my days. I find rest in that rhythm. I walk in the slow peace of your timing. I wait not as one uncertain, but as one confident that all things are being woven together for good. I affirm that I am at peace in the pause. I affirm that my faith deepens in the delay. I affirm that your timing brings fulfillment beyond measure. My soul waits in quiet joy, knowing that what you promise you will perform, and what you begin you will complete. Align my heart with yours, Lord. Let my will dissolve in the flow of your divine purpose. I do not want to chase paths that lead away from you. I do not want to hold dreams that do not reflect your light. Shape my desires until they mirror heaven. Bend my ambitions until they bow before your throne. You said that if I delight myself in you, you will give me the desires of my heart. Teach me to delight in what pleases you. Teach me to find joy not in outcomes, but in obedience. Let my thoughts, words, and actions flow from your spirit. When I plan, may my plans align with your wisdom. When I dream, may my dreams be rooted in your will. When I act, may my steps harmonize with the rhythm of your guidance. I affirm that my life is aligned with the purposes of heaven. I affirm that my motives are purified by love. I affirm that my desires are in tune with divine intention. Your will is peace. Your will is goodness. Your will is life. When I walk in it, confusion fades and the path becomes clear. The world teaches striving, but you teach surrender. The world teaches control, but you teach trust. When I lean into your will, I find strength I could not create on my own. It is no longer I who strive, but Christ who works through me. You said, "My food is to do the will of him who sent me." Let that be my nourishment too. Let doing your will feed my soul and quiet my mind. I no longer chase approval. I rest in purpose. I no longer crave recognition. I crave alignment. I no longer fear what I cannot predict, for I am held in the perfection of your plan. I affirm that I am one with your purpose. I affirm that my life flows in divine harmony. I affirm that I move in the current of your spirit, not against it. I yield every hidden place that resists your will. Every fear, every hesitation, every doubt that clings to the familiar. Burn them away with the fire of your love. You are not asking for perfection, you are asking for surrender. You are not demanding strength, you are offering grace. I open my heart fully. I release my plans, my timelines, my expectations. I let them fall into your hands, knowing that what you hold, you perfect. What you shape, you bless. What you lead, you complete. Your will is not a restriction. It is freedom. It is the narrow road that leads to fullness of life. It is the unseen hand that guides me to peace. So I choose alignment over ambition. I choose surrender over striving. I choose peace over control. I affirm that I am walking in divine order. I affirm that my heart is synchronized with heaven's rhythm. I affirm that my journey is unfolding exactly as you have written it, guided by wisdom, covered in grace, and filled with purpose. There are moments when the path ahead feels hidden, when choices seem wrapped in fog, and I do not know which way to turn. Yet even there, you are present. You are the light that pierces uncertainty. You are the voice that says, "This is the way, walk in it." When my thoughts grow tangled, when my heart feels unsure, you remain steady. You lead me step by step. You do not reveal the entire road, but you show enough light for the next step, enough grace for the next breath. You teach me to trust the unfolding. You teach me that guidance is not about seeing everything. It is about walking with the one who sees everything. I will not be afraid of what I cannot predict. I will not fear the unknown. I am led by the shepherd who never loses his sheep. I affirm that I am guided even when I cannot see. I affirm that my steps are ordered in peace. I affirm that my journey is held within the wisdom of God. When confusion whispers, I will lift my eyes to the hills. My help comes from you, the maker of heaven and earth. You never sleep. You never abandon. You never fail to lead those who seek you in faith. When I call upon you, light begins to break through the fog. Peace begins to fill the silence. You give clarity not through noise, but through stillness. You guide not through fear, but through assurance. The doors that are meant to open will open. The ones meant to close will close, and I will give thanks in both. For you are sovereign in every detail. Nothing is random in the hands of God. Even the detours are divine. Even the delays are purposeful. What seems uncertain to me is clear to you. So I rest in that calm certainty. I rest in the knowledge that divine direction is always flowing, even when it moves in unseen ways. I affirm that I walk by faith, not by sight. I affirm that I am protected from error. I affirm that divine clarity surrounds me like a shield. Every season carries a path designed by grace. Some roads lead through valleys of reflection. Some rise to mountains of revelation. Yet in every terrain, your hand remains on me. You turn uncertainty into intimacy. You turn hesitation into holiness. You turn my searching into worship. I have learned that direction from you is not always about places. It is about presence. To be guided by you is to walk in communion. To be led by you is to live in surrender. I no longer chase signs. I pursue relationship. I no longer ask only for answers. I seek your heart. For when I find you, I find direction. When I hear you, I find peace. When I follow you, I find purpose. I affirm that divine light goes before me. I affirm that divine wisdom walks beside me. I affirm that divine love follows behind me. My journey is surrounded by your goodness. My steps are guarded by your truth. My destiny is secure in your guidance, and my soul rests in the calm assurance that I will never walk alone. When the path ahead seems uncertain, you remain my direction. You do not show every step, yet you give enough light for the next one. You remind me that faith does not require full sight. It requires trust. It requires stillness. It requires knowing that the one who leads never loses his way. So I let go of the need to have it all figured out. I choose peace over panic. I choose trust over fear. You said, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. I hold to that promise. My understanding is limited, but yours is infinite. You see the beginning, the middle, and the end all at once. You are the compass of my soul. When I stand at a crossroads and the signs seem unclear, you whisper truth. You say, this is the way, walk in it. I affirm that I hear your whisper. I affirm that I follow where you lead. I affirm that I am guided by light even when the road winds through shadows. Uncertainty is not the absence of your presence. It is often the place where your presence grows deepest. When I cannot see what comes next, I learn to rest in who you are. You are the same yesterday, today, and forever. You do not change when circumstances do. You do not waver when I hesitate. You hold steady when everything else shakes. You said that your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. The lamp does not reveal the whole journey, it lights the next step. That is all I need. One step, one act of faith, one moment of trust. I do not have to know it all. I only have to walk in the light I have been given. You guide by peace. You lead by love. You protect by grace. I affirm that I am calm in the unknown. I affirm that I am confident in divine direction. I affirm that even when I cannot trace your hand, I trust your heart. There is no fear in following you. The unknown cannot defeat the one who knows all. You go before me and make the crooked places straight. You prepare the path with wisdom older than time. Every detour is a redirection toward destiny. Every delay hides a deeper blessing. Every unanswered question draws me closer to the answer himself. You are the light that never dims, the hand that never slips, the truth that never fails. I walk forward even when the way is hidden. I step with faith, not sight. I rest knowing that the one who began a good work in me will complete it. I affirm that I am led by divine wisdom. I affirm that my steps are ordained by love. I affirm that the path of righteousness grows brighter with every step I take. Though I walk through valleys of uncertainty, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Your presence is my direction, and your peace is my compass. There are moments when voices around me speak loudly, offering opinions dressed as wisdom. Yet not every voice carries truth. Some words may sound right, but only your spirit gives life. Teach me to discern between human counsel and divine instruction. Let my ears recognize the difference between good ideas and God's direction. Give me sensitivity to perceive the heart behind every word spoken to me. Help me to receive what is from you and release what is not. I do not want to be led by popular opinion, but by divine conviction. You said, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Let reverence guide my discernment. Let humility guard my understanding. I choose counsel that honors you. I choose advice that bears the fruit of peace. I affirm that my spirit discerns truth from deception. I affirm that my heart listens beyond words and hears your voice beneath them. I affirm that I am not easily swayed, for I am rooted in divine understanding. You send wisdom through people, yet you teach me to test every spirit. You remind me that discernment protects destiny. I do not reject counsel, but I filter it through your presence. If peace does not follow the words, I will not take them in. If truth does not breathe through them, I will let them go. Let me not mistake flattery for favor. Let me not confuse emotion for revelation. Let my discernment be pure, gentle, and full of mercy, but never blind. You said that by their fruits we shall know them. So I will watch for fruit: love, patience, peace, kindness, faithfulness, and self-control. Let my spirit be wise enough to notice what words cannot hide. Let me hear what heaven hears. Let me see what you reveal in quietness. I affirm that I am led by the Spirit of truth. I affirm that I walk in divine perception. I affirm that no deceit can take root in me, for light exposes every shadow and truth protects my path. There is a calm wisdom that comes only from you. It does not rush. It does not boast. It moves in quiet authority. That is the wisdom I seek. That is the discernment I choose to walk in. The world offers noise, you offer stillness. The world offers knowledge, you offer revelation. The world offers many paths. You offer one that leads to life. So I will stay close to your presence where discernment is clear. I will keep my heart tender, my ears open, and my spirit alert. When I meet counsel that carries your peace, I will receive it with joy. When I sense confusion, I will wait until clarity returns. I am not desperate for answers. I am devoted to truth. I am not hungry for validation. I am hungry for wisdom that aligns with eternity. I affirm that my discernment grows sharper with every encounter. I affirm that the Spirit of truth abides within me and teaches me all things. I affirm that divine guidance surrounds me like a shield, keeping my steps from error and my heart from deception. To walk closely with you is the highest form of guidance. Fellowship with you births understanding that no map can show. It is in communion that direction flows freely. When I draw near, I do not just ask for answers. I receive alignment. I learn to see through your eyes. I learn to think with your wisdom. You said, "Abide in me, and I in you." That is where guidance lives, in the abiding, in the still nearness where heart meets heart and spirit meets spirit. I desire that closeness above all else, not just to know where to go, but to know you. For when I know you, I cannot lose my way. In your presence, even silence speaks. In your presence, even confusion unravels. The closer I walk, the clearer I hear. I affirm that my fellowship with you is unbroken. I affirm that my intimacy with you grows deeper each day. I affirm that divine companionship is the source of my direction. Fellowship changes everything. It transforms wandering into walking with purpose. It turns worry into worship. It turns questions into quiet confidence. When I am near you, I no longer seek signs, I seek relationship. Because I know that direction flows from devotion. You said, "In all your ways acknowledge me, and I will direct your paths." To acknowledge you is to invite you into every detail, my plans, my pauses, my choices, my dreams. I bring them all into the light of communion. I no longer separate the sacred from the simple. Every breath, every thought, every decision becomes worship. You are in the ordinary moments as much as the extraordinary ones. You speak in daily rhythms, not only in grand events. I affirm that I walk in ongoing conversation with your spirit. I affirm that my heart remains sensitive, my steps in sync with your leading. I affirm that divine fellowship sustains my peace and guides my every move. The more I commune with you, the more I become like you. Your thoughts begin to shape mine. Your peace settles where worry once lived. Your love becomes my language. In fellowship, I find transformation. I am reminded that guidance is not just about direction, it is about union. It is about walking so closely that your desires become my desires, your rhythm my rhythm, your will my will. You said that two cannot walk together unless they are agreed. So I agree with you. I agree with your ways. I agree with your timing. I agree with your truth. In that agreement, I find perfect guidance. Every morning I will rise to meet you in quietness. Every night I will rest knowing you are near. I affirm that my life is an ongoing dialogue with heaven. I affirm that my heart is tuned to the whisper of your spirit. I affirm that divine fellowship is my home, my compass, my continual light. In that closeness I am fully guided, fully loved, fully known. In Jesus' name, amen.